Hey friends, it is Jenna, what is up, and welcome back to the Board Game Garden, and welcome to this video all about this little tiny box game called For the Emperor, which is a game that is coming out to you by Allplay. This is one of their new tiny box games, and I will mention that I am partnering up with Allplay for a few different videos showcasing some of their games that are coming out in the near future or are already available for you to get your hands on either on their website, at your friendly local game store, or at a nearby convention. So this one right here, For the Emperor, is designed by Whitney Lorraine, and it has illustrations by Sai Bebu, which, if you do not know, that is the illustrator that has done Nana, as well as a lot of other of the tiny box games from Allplay, which I absolutely love their art. And this one, I will say, is probably one of my favorites. So For the Emperor is a head-to-head, two-player only game where you're going to be going back in time to ancient Japan, and you are going to be two clashing clans. There's going to be the Crane clan as well as the Turtle clan, and the two players are going to be battling back and forth with cards in these 7 different battlefields. Like I said, it is two-player only. It plays in about 15 minutes and is for ages 8 and up. So yes, I'm excited to get into this. So if you guys are interested in hearing all about For the Emperor, just keep on watching. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy. Also, hit that subscribe button down below if you get to do so. We'd love to have you here in the garden. And without further ado, let's get into this little tiny box game, For the Emperor, shall we? All right, so quickly getting into all of the components here in front of me. I've already given you guys a little bit of an aim of the game. You are two clans competing for these 7 different battlefields here. So you do have these 7 different cards that are going to act as the battlefields. You also have the 2 individual decks for each player. So you have the Crane clan and you have the Turtle clan. Please let me know down in the comments which clan side you are on. I have a specific side that I am on, which is the Crane clan, I will say. I absolutely love this art, like I said, and I love the kind of vibe that it gives, and just so pretty. I will show you guys in some B-roll all of the different cards, but yes, my preferred is the Crane clan, but the turtles are very cute as well. So each player does have a deck of 9 cards, so they are numbered 1 through 9, and they are the same, both of them. So you're going to be working with the same cards, and you really are trying to kind of outmaneuver and outthink your opponent. So each player does get their own little reference here of all of the different abilities, so you don't necessarily have to look at all of the cards, because on your turn you're only going to have 3 in your hand and the rest of them are going to be in a draw deck. So you have access to all of the card kind of abilities here, so you can see what you have and what you have to work with. Each player is also going to get these different tokens here, so you have 2 + 1 tokens, and then you also have 2 plus flag tokens, which I will get into what those do. But basically there's going to be some cards in your deck that allow you to place these out onto battlefields for different reasons, which we'll get into. And then you also have these different flags over here, which will eventually be added to all 7 of these battlefields here. So those are all of the components here. We also have the rule book off to the side, which is not a very big rule book. Very easy game to learn and get to the table, which is great. So we have that there. But yeah, let's get into exactly how For the Emperor is played. I'm going to go over a little overview, and then I'm also going to mention at the end of this video, if you enjoy these specific games, I recommend you check out For the Emperor. So stay tuned for that to see if maybe For the Emperor is for you. But yeah, let's get into how For the Emperor is played. All right, so like I said, each player is going to pick their clan. They're going to get their 9 cards, their deck, and they're also going to get their 4 tokens. So I'm just going to place the other clans on this side. You guys will be the Turtle clan, so shout out to you guys. And I'm going to be the Crane clan. So you're gonna have all 9 cards here. You are going to shuffle those really well. You're gonna shuffle those up. You're going to have your reference card, your tokens off to the side, and then you're also going to have the flag tokens, and you want those to be spread out so you can see all of the flags that are available, because you're going to be adding them, which I will get into, but you want to see what numbers are left there. So you're going to shuffle all of these up, and then the Crane clan always goes first. which we love to see that. All right, so once you have finished shuffling your cards, you're going to place those off to the side for a draw deck, and you're going to start the game with 3 cards. You're always going to have 3 cards in your hand. So I'm going to start with my 3 cards here and see what I have available. So basically what's going to happen on your turn is you are going to do 3 things. The first thing that you're going to do is look at the 3 cards that you have available in your hand. You're going to decide on one of those 3 cards. You're going to play it into one of the 7 battlefields in front of you. And then some of the cards are going to have when played abilities. So this one here is when played, place 1+1 token on another battlefield. It adds 1 to your strength there. So if I decided to play this one here, which is Kudo, which I will show you guys that in some B-roll, I might decide to play Kudo here into this battlefield, and it says when played, place a +1 token on another battlefield, so it can't be the same battlefield that I placed Kudo. So I might decide to play it over here to this battlefield. Before we get on to the second step of your turn, I will also mention that there are ongoing abilities as well, and then there's also game end abilities. So the ongoing ability will give you some sort of ongoing ability once that card is played into one of the 7 battlefields, and you will need to make sure that that card is visible and not covered up by another card, so you do remember that you have that ongoing ability. Then you also have some cards that are game end abilities that will do something at the end of the game, like it might double all the warriors at that specific battlefield, so on and so forth. So yes, there's when played, ongoing, and game end. But the next thing that you're going to do on your turn is you're going to look at all of these 7 battlefields, and you're going to look at the flags, and whatever the highest available flag is, if there is a battlefield with that many cards on it, you will place that flag. So there is one flag that has a 4. So you're not going to place a flag until one of the 7 battlefields has 4 cards. And then you'll be looking for a battlefield that has 3. There's going to be 2 3s, 2 2s, and 2 1s. So you'll place all of those eventually. There is also a very important rule, which is the 3 with 3+ rule. I believe that's what it's called. But basically you're not allowed to have more than 3 battlefields with more than 3 cards. So once you get to when 3 battlefields have 3 cards, you're unable to add more to those battlefields, and you do have to add them to the other battlefields. That is just to make sure that all of the cards kind of evenly get distributed. The second thing you'll do is you'll check to place those flags. If flags cannot be placed, you're going to move on to the last step of your turn, which is just basically pick up a new card into your hand, and then it will be the next player's turn. So play will continue like this, playing back and forth until each player has 1 card left in their hand. And this card is going to remain face down because you're going to go through all 7 of the battlefields here. And if there is a tie, this card will determine who wins. It's going to be the tiebreaker. So each player would flip over those 2 cards left over. Whichever player has the highest card of those 2 would be the winner. So let's quickly go through these different matches and see who won each of these. I did quickly go through and play a little double-handed game of this, which was fun, just to give you guys an example on the table here. But for the first battlefield, this is a battlefield that only had 1 card, and this is an 8 for white and 1 for black. So black did lose and white won. So I'm gonna flip over the cards or tokens of the player that lost so I can keep track. The second battlefield here, black has 9 + 1, but the 1 card actually doubles all of the warriors. So technically here, the black player has 20 points because each of these are doubled, and then the white player has 10 points. So white player lost on this one. The black player won on this one because the white player has no cards here. They just have a banner token. So that would be the black player that won. Here we have the black player won again. Clearly the white player was not doing well. Rest in peace, Cranes. Battlefield number 5 here, I believe. Ooh, I think the black player won again. 10, and this player has 14. So the black player has won again. Cranes has lost. White players have won this time because the black player did not have any on that one. And then here, the black player has won again. So after counting up all of the points, unfortunately, the Crane clan did lose and the Turtle clan has won. Turtle clan got 5 points, where Crane clan got 2. So unfortunately, my favorite clan did lose, but that is okay. Still love them very much. But yes, I believe that's everything for an overview of For the Emperor. Hopefully that gave you guys a good look at how it plays and if it's something that you guys would enjoy. I also do want to list off a few games that if you enjoy these games that I'm going to list off, I do think that you should look into For the Emperor. I will also mention that For the Emperor is one of Allplay's tiny box games, so it is $9, which I think is a great price. Packs a lot of punch and has a lot of replayability, and obviously is very small, so you can take it traveling wherever you go and easily stick it in your purse or in your pocket. So yes, the games that I wanted to mention that if you enjoy, you will enjoy For the Emperor. First, if you enjoy Lone Wolves, this is a head-to-head kind of game that has a similar feel to this where you're playing cards on either side. Definitely recommend checking out For the Emperor if you enjoy that. Also, if you enjoy Radlands, another head-to-head card-playing game, if you enjoy Radlands, definitely check out For the Emperor. Also, Shot and Totten is another one that if you enjoy that. Another one is Hanamakoji if you enjoy that one. And then lastly is a game that is one that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, but it is a game by Red Raven Games called Haven. I actually sold that game and I'm really sad that I did because I really enjoyed it and I kind of want it back, and it is, I believe, out of print. So I feel really stupid that I sold that one. But yes, if you enjoy any of those 5 games, just the gameplay of those ones, I definitely recommend checking out For the Emperor. That's going to be everything for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed hearing all about this new tiny box game coming to you by Allplay. Be sure to go check it out. It is available on their website. It will also be available at Origins if you're going to Origins, and it will be available in your friendly local game store as well. So yes, that is everything. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button down below if you've yet to do so. We'd love to have you here in the garden. Comment down below if For the Emperor sounds like one that you would enjoy and one that you're considering picking up. I love you guys so much. Remember, you are somebody's reason to smile, and I will see you in the next board game video. Bye, friends.